It's time for the Jim and Terry Show.
I'm getting married in the morning. Had a sleepless night. Getting married in the morning. My nerves are wound up tight. Getting married to the only woman who I've ever loved. She stole my heart. I'm getting married in the morning. I wonder what I've done. Getting married in the morning. This is serious, not fun. Getting married to the only woman who I've ever loved with all my heart. It's been a long train coming, been waiting at the station for so long. Tired of waiting for better things ahead. It's time to get going, let's start walking. Let's get married. I'm getting married in the morning. Think that it's too late. Getting married in the morning. No time to hesitate. Getting married to the only woman who I've ever loved with all my heart. I'm getting married in the morning. I'm getting married in the morning.
The Jim and Terry Show, coming to you from the Hobbit Hole Studio in Bobcaygeon. Me in my comfy chair, not a couch, and my coffee, well used, and, well, it smells a little funky at this point in time. It's been sitting on my little coffee warmer pad. My ceramic mug is long gone, and the coffee is being baked on the bottom of my mug. Baked and half-baked. Ideas, creativity. What's this all about? I'm Getting Married in the Morning was the opening song, but it's featuring myself, a little Shisham and Lotus. You can look them up. I hope I'll remember to put a link in the description. Shisham and Lotus from Wolf Island near Kingston. Had them come for our backyard wedding ceremony. Oh, what is it now? Oh, dare I say. Is it 13 years? I'm thinking. This is... 13 years. Shisham and Lotus, musicians. Great stuff. I'll post the link if I can remember. Anyway, this song was written for that purpose and to celebrate my wedding. And James Bell from mp3unsigned.com, now known as mp3u.com, was one of the first artists, musicians that I got to know on MP3U back in 2011, and indicated that he wanted to try to do some music together. So I was a rookie, greenie, as they say in Maze Runner. I'm a greenie, fresh, didn't know what I was doing, which end is up. I had another friend, Greg, and Greg gave me a computer and a digital audio workstation software, Cakewalk Creator 4.0, if I recall correctly. I didn't know which end was up. I didn't know what a sound card was. I didn't know how you plugged things in or how you even recorded. Press record, where is that? And you use your keyboard, your computer keyboard, to control things. I was used to a standalone outboard hard disk recorder. Never seen one of these things. Sound Blaster 16, I think, was the sound card. Wow. I didn't know which end was up, but Greg encouraged me to join this community called MP3 Unsigned. And he said it was small. It seemed to be a little tightly woven, as in people knew each other, and it was hard to break in to that community and to be accepted. James Bell was one of those keen, invitational, bright light on the site, and I quickly appreciated the music of the band that he had. Tony, also known as Iris Brickfield, was part of that band. The band was called Alive. I liked their Buddhist moniker, garden shot of a Buddha head, and it seemed to indicate a lot of stuff that was mystical and magical in their music. And James Bell had a voice distinctly Newcastle upon Tyne, Geordie voice that I really did appreciate. Didn't really come through in his singing, but when you listen to recordings of James speaking, that's when you got to know the Geordie in James. That accent, strangely enough, happened to be found in my local health food store with a woman who spoke with an accent that I could have sworn was, and I did ask the question, are you from, by any chance, are you familiar with Newcastle upon? Is it my accent? Yes, it was. That's the giveaway. Anyway, this is to celebrate James Bell, who unexpectedly sent an email recently, and I thought I would just follow that up with a podcast celebrating the music of James Bell. And that opening song, I'm Getting Married in the Morning, features James Bell doing some harmony work. With collaborations, you're never quite sure what you're going to get or what you're getting into, so you try to go slow and just learn and feel your way around and do what you can. So this one was predominantly me doing an Americana style. A lot of hand slapping on blue jeans and spoons and other rhythmic acoustic ways that had to be mic'd, and it was an interesting project. And it includes whistling, which is strange because James Bell was asking about working on a song together, like old times. Old times, how old? Yeah, a dozen years ago. At this point in my life, looking back a dozen years is easy. Looking forward a dozen years, that's a bit of a stretch and challenge at this juncture in life. Being retired, you sort of look at life from, I got a lot of water under the bridge. How much ahead? I'm not too sure. Does that mean you slow down? I don't think so. Get out. Embrace life. Enjoy it. So if I can sing, I'll sing. If I can play keyboards, I will. If I can add any electronica samples and what have you, I will. Why? Because music is fundamental to the core of my being. It's sort of how I perceive life, how I receive inputs from nature and those around me. Information processing usually occurs in music. When the Marjory Stoneman Douglas massacre of the students occurred in Florida at a high school, I responded with a Shooters on the Loose and looked at the way we process life-changing events. Since that time, I can't tell you, there have been hundreds of mass shooting events and that song was only, 4 years ago? 4 years ago, was it? Countless mass shootings. Anyway, getting back to James Bell and I'm Getting Married in the Morning. From there, we went off madly in all directions. At one point, we thought we might be the new Walker Brothers, which, if you Google that group, that duet, male vocal duet, we had similar textures in our voices, and we thought, it might be fun to pursue that. We never did, but we had fun in the journey. Sort of like the Nurk twins had a lot of fun in the journey. Wednesday Wilson had a lot of fun in the journey. A shout out to Elaine and to Davey, who also worked with James Bell in creating new musical monikers and stylings, and it was fun back in the day. Hearing from James is like a breath of fresh air. Why? Because creativity, when it's lit, it's like a match on a fire of dry kindling. Poof! The thing goes up in smoke and there's flames and madly off in all direction of creativity. Maybe not quite so much because we are a dozen years older. But I found it interesting. James advertised for his band. He wants to get a band underway. And he got the musicians by advertising 50-something musicians interested in working together. 50-year-old. Okay, so yeah. I always felt that when James and I sang together, and I said this to James back in the day, it was like watching the Little Drummer Boy with Bing Crosby and David Bowie. And of course, I was the Bing Crosby. He was the young upstart David Bowie doing that duet. Well, here's to James Bell contacting me with an email, a blast from the past, and I look forward to rekindling, lighting the fire of musical creativity. Stay tuned for that one. If I have any MP3 file, I will play it in a future podcast. The Jim and Terry Show, signing off. Bye-bye.